Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It's really nice to see you here again this evening. This is Aurora Jones, all the way from Paris. Hee. I came to visit my parents. It was my son's birthday today, and we're having a great time. I'm having a great time. And tonight we're going to have a special webinar with a special guest. Her name is Michelle Flowers. But before we carry on, I would like to give you more information about the Mastermind Fever and what we do. So the Mastermind Fever is a group that you will find on Facebook, which has been created by my mastermind partner, Lydia Brown, and myself, Aurora Jones. And the intention was to help people who are struggling online to brand themselves as leaders by, first of all, finding a mastermind partner, and also to host hangouts and come out their comfort zone. And this is exactly what our guest is going to do tonight. It is going to be a first webinar, but she has some powerful information to share with us because she has published a book, a brand new book, and she's going to share with us tonight how she went about, creating her own book, publishing it, and how she's using it in a marketing, and how you can do exactly the same as well. And what is the power of intentions? What do you intend for your life? And how creating a book can be part of it. So, remember that you can find us on Facebook, as I said. It's Mastermind Fever, and we will accept you on request by simply saying that you saw the webinar, or you know somebody inside the group and you would like to join and find a mastermind partner or be able to host hangouts. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce tonight our special guest who is part of the Mastermind Fever group, and her name is Michelle. So Michelle Flowers, are you around?
I'm here. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I'm going to carry on talking. So yes, she will be available in the next 2 minutes. It's not going to be very long, and we would be very happy to share with us in the group if you are looking for a mastermind partner or if you found one, and how you are going about it. So now Michelle is going to talk to you people. So Michelle, the floor is now yours.
Okay, give me 1 second to get just right. And we're going to go full screen. Can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I'm going to switch over to the presentation.
Okay.
I thought I was. 1 moment. I am so sorry, guys. This is all new to me here. Aurora did a great job giving me a tutorial, but I seem to have lost my presentation somewhere.
So have you got your 2 windows open?
I have them both open.
Okay.
But when I go full screen, okay, there we go. Now I'm going to bring it in. Okay.
Awesome. So, yes, probably you will be able to make it a bit bigger. Awesome. No, it's you again.
All right. So I just wanted to start out with a quote. I love quotes. And I want to say that the only thing that will stop you from fulfilling your dreams is you. And that's by Tom Bradley. I want to first thank Miss Aurora Jones and Lydia Brown. I know she was unable to make it tonight, but I really want to applaud you guys for forming this venue and allowing leaders to get out of their comfort zone and step into an arena that is brand new to them. I know for myself, this is my first webinar, and I am out of my comfort zone. But I thank you for giving me the opportunity, because that's the only way that we as entrepreneurs and authors and whatever field we're in, it's the only way we're going to grow. We've got to get out of our comfort zone and go forward. So I just wanted to thank you guys again for giving me the opportunity to share about my book, Be a Share Marketer, and how it was a mindset shift that got me to write this book in under a 2-week time period. Now I want to say welcome to the Mastermind Fever community, friends, family, colleagues, everyone that took time out to be a part of this webinar. I know that your time is valuable, and I am humbled that you have come to hear what I have to say, and I want you to lay back, I want you to relax, and I want you to let your mind be at ease. I'm going to take you on a journey deep inside the mind of a mom working a full-time job while trying to create a business on the side that would get her to financial freedom so that she would no longer be held captive by her job, not being able to attend her daughter's functions or family activities. And as we go deep into her mind, I'm going to do something a tad bit different, and I'm going to tell you a story in the first part of the webinar, and then we're going to shift into present day. And I'm going to show you how the mindset shift allowed me, as I stated earlier, to write my first book in under a 2-week time frame. Then we're going to briefly touch on the book that I've written, have a little Q&A, and then we are going to get to the gift that I have for you guys. So at the end of the webinar, I have a surprise for you that you are not going to want to pass up. Now, I don't normally give this away, but my intention is to be of service to you. Now let's dig right in. Intentions. What do you intend for your life? The definition of intentions is a purpose or attitude toward the effect of one's actions or conduct. It is based on self or the ego. I don't mean ego as far as being stuck up or conceited. Ego meaning that part of self that wants its way, that wants to have control. In Dr. Wayne Dyer's book, The Secrets of the Power of Intention, he explores a new way of seeing intentions that is not based from a self perspective, but rather he sees the power of intention as an all-pervading force in the universe that allows the act of creation to take place. It is not something we do, but a powerful source that we are all a part of. And when we are aligned with this creative force, we experience peace, and the door for all kinds of possibilities for our lives opens. That's deep. This may sound familiar, and if it does, it's because Dr. Dyer calls this mighty power God. As I agree with him, whatever we call this source of creative power is not for discussion here. The point is that we all understand there's a power greater than ourselves at work to fitly join us together. But the issue with our usual way of defining intentions is we get consumed with making ourselves be the catalyst in the making of things happen. Then we label ourselves successes or failures, dependent on whether or not we create or do what we had set out to accomplish. Again, the focus is on self. And let me give you an example, because this is kind of heavy stuff. I'm going to go to law school, and I'm going to finish it in 2 years. Well, I haven't even graduated from high school. I'm going to get married next month. I haven't even dated anybody. My intention is to leave my job this year. How many times have I said that? You see, in all of those examples, the intention was based on what I, the self, was going to accomplish or do. Now, I'm going to tell you that I've experienced both types of intention. And again, I'm not trying to rewrite the dictionary. I'm trying to kind of open up a new understanding of intention. And like I said, I really was touched by Dr. Wayne Dyer's book because I really found this out on my own. And then when I came across his book, it really confirmed what I had already discovered.
Sorry, Michelle, can I ask you, are you sharing your screen right now?
Yes.
Ah, no, you're not.
Oh, none of them are showing?
It was initially, but not right now.
Do you see that one?
Might be coming up in a few seconds. Let me see. So far, nothing.
Oh, boy. Nothing changed on my end. Let me go back out to... Okay, now there's my face. Why am I there? Okay, let's do screen share again.
You're doing well. It will be all right.
You know what? I don't know where the presentation went. You're right. It did disappear. Okay, let me try something here.
Okay.
I am so sorry, guys. We got to get these pictures up because they're very powerful. Okay. Now, do you see the screen?
Yes, I can.
Wonderful.
You probably just need to enlarge it and it should be okay.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going in. Let's see here. All right, let me take you back. Were you able to see this one?
It's back to you again. Probably there is a problem when you start enlarging it because it's coming back to you. So you might as well leave it the way it is. Okay.
Okay, well, let me just move it over and get it as big as I can on my end so they can fully see what we got going here.
Thank you so much for waiting, my friends. It's much appreciated.
Yes, I am so sorry. Okay, now can you... I have to sign back on again. Oh, boy. Okay. Something weird is happening. Okay, I'm gonna just have to do it in the screen that is not gonna go full screen.
Okay.
I apologize for that, guys. All right, tell me if you see something other than my face.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay. Was this slide the last one you saw?
No. The first, no.
This one?
I don't think I saw any of that, actually.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Did you see the title?
No. Let's start again.
Okay. We heard the quote. You guys heard me say thank you. This was a screen where, can you see the picture of the woman laying in the hammock?
Absolutely, I can.
Awesome. That's what I want you guys to do. I want you to sit back, relax, and forget about all the little technical difficulties we just had. And I wanted you to know that at the end, again, I have a surprise for you. If you can hang on till the end, we shouldn't have any more difficulties. I declare that this is going to go smooth from here on out. Okay, so here's the title page, intentions. Here was the definition: the purpose or attitude toward the effect of one's actions or conduct. It is based on self or the ego, and probably another way to understand it is motive. What's in your heart? What is your motive when you do things? And I'm kind of going fast through these because I already talked about this, but Dr. Wayne Dyer's Power of Intention, he was saying that don't think of intention the way we know it in the dictionary, but let's explore intention from a non-self perspective. And again, he said it's an all-pervading force in the universe that allows the act of creation to take place. It is not something we do, but a powerful source that we are all a part of. And when we are aligned with this creative force, we experience peace, and the door for all kinds of possibilities for our lives opens. And I said that it may sound familiar because Dr. Dyer is calling this mighty power God. I agree with him. This is not the place to discuss what you call a creative power. We just need to all be on the same page that there is a power greater than ourselves at work to fitly join us together. Now, I wanted to break down what I was saying, and I think this is when we kind of got a little off, about the problem with the definition of intentions that we know of and when it's based on self. The issue with our usual way of defining intentions is we get consumed with ourselves being the catalyst in making things happen. Then we label ourselves successes or failures dependent on whether or not we create or do what we had set out to accomplish. Again, the focus is on self. And I was giving those examples of that were kind of crazy, you know, not even dating anyone, getting married in a week. I'm married, by the way. These are just hypothetical. Going to go to law school, not out of high school. That's really hypothetical. I'm 44 years old. And then, you know, getting out of my job by year end. And since this is on live, I'm not going to comment after that, but I have said that for many years. And my question to the audience, and Aurora, I don't know if they can comment or raise hands, but my question is, and I'm going to try to slow it down now so we can get kind of deep here. When you have tried to do something, when you've had the intent to get something done or accomplished, and you did not, what did it feel like? You know, it comes to mind to me, loser, not worthy, incapable. What kind of emotions or words describe what you felt? And, you know, are they allowed, do they have a place where they can write in or?
Yes, they can. It's just that on my laptop at the moment, I can't see all the messages.
Oh, no, that's quite all right. That's okay. And I know you're in a different, you know, you're not even at your own home and everything, so that's no problem. But even though you can't type in, I want you guys to think about what it felt like when you intended to get something done and you did not. Now, I've experienced both. You know, I've had motives that sounded airy-fairy, kind and thoughtful, but the actual root of the intention was birthed from selfishness, and I didn't even realize it. You know, an example I could give is when my intention is to get out of my job and home to my daughter because, you know, I want to be able to do activities and I want to be there for her. You know, now she's a teenager and she could care less if mom is right there doing things with her, not attending games and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, it sounds all nice and, you know, thoughtful, but the root of me wanting to get out of the job is I want freedom. Do you follow me? The root of the intention was out of self. I want freedom of my time to do what I want, to help other people, to be with my family. It was birthed from self. But you will see later on that I pushed self to the curb and I stopped being obsessed with my way. You know, you guys have heard of my way or the highway. I discovered this journey of life is not about me, but what can come to fruition when I seek and follow God's way. A way that encompasses the idea that when we desire serving, assisting, and giving to others, oddly enough, we reap glorious benefits spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and externally. You know, it's something like a win-win for everyone. Now, for the purpose of the story that I'm about to tell you, I want you guys to pay attention to the times when the woman in this story's intentions come from self/ego. Wayne Dyer refers to ego as edging God out, versus coming from the intentions coming from a place that are aligned with a power greater than herself. A place where her motive put other people's needs and solutions to their problems before her very own. And I'm just curious, what if our passion was to help solve people's problems? You know, to make their life better, instead of what we have found splattered all over the internet, finding what we like to do and trying to monetize that. And, you know, some people may disagree with me, and that's okay. But, you know, I was listening to Dane Maxwell out of the Foundation, and I really liked when he was sharing that, you know, why can't our passion be helping to solve people's problems? The wealth will come when you find people's pain and give them a remedy. Now, this is just a thought, you know, a shift in mindset. And so let's begin. Once upon a time, on a lonely road, in the middle of a storm, there was a mom trying to get home to her family. She was searching for a way out of the rat race. She dreamed of spending time with her daughter, walking on the beaches with her husband, traveling to exotic places, relaxing and doing what she loved most. And also helping other parents to live their dream life. Over 20 years of being in her career as a pharmacist, and still she felt lost in the crowd. She wanted to make a difference, but how? At 18 months old, when her daughter, the babysitter, was no longer able to care for her child, she moved her grandmother into town, and between herself, her husband, and her grandmother, they took care of her daughter. But she decided that she had to put her child in daycare. And she could not find, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. She could not find any daycare centers that were up to her standards. So she decided she was going to create her own. She went to a Montessori school, went through the teacher education program, and not to be a teacher because she was still a part-time pharmacist, but with the intent of opening the school, she wanted to know from ground up how it worked. She got a loan. She looked and looked for 2 years for the right property. And finally, she gave up. Home Away from Home Montessori, a unique experience in childcare, went from being a dream to an idea that was put on a shelf. She continued on working as a part-time pharmacist, and she pursued her heart's desire, dancing. She had always gone to church, but she had not ever been an active participant. And her intent was to touch other people's lives through her movements, glorifying God. She danced unto the Lord. She was part of a very powerful team. An artist even drew a rendition from one of the dances that she had done. But when her part-time hours were cut and she had to go full-time with hours that were horrible, not getting home till after 8 o'clock at night, she melted. The strong, focused, yet determined woman began to disappear, and her light soon dimmed. She yearned to be able to attend her daughter's functions, but her schedule. She dreamed of vacationing with her husband, but her schedule. She wanted to touch lives through her dancing, but her schedule. She wanted to keep helping care for her grandmother, the one who'd come to town to take care of her daughter, but her schedule. She decided to take matters into her own hands and make some money another way in an effort to break free from the guilt and anguish and the prison that she felt that she was in. But she found juggling time was, well, not working. She'd get up early in the morning, working on how to make a website. She didn't even know what a blog meant. She tried to learn affiliate marketing, online marketing, network marketing. She tried to do it all in a way that would get her out of where she was and into financial freedom. But unfortunately, she came across some people online who appeared to have her best interest at heart, but they led her from one opportunity to another, getting her money, and at the same time that was happening, at her job, there were a lot of really bad things going on that were affecting her life. You know, there are weird creatures online and in the workforce who are determined to chew us up and spit us out. She was angry, resentful, confused, physically and mentally ailing when she realized a blur of what appeared to be money spent online and in network marketing to make money was actually turning into money going down the drain. If she'd only listened to her husband's warnings to quit spending online, it was time to swallow her pride and cut her losses. It was time to stop complaining and blaming and murmuring, because it was not only consuming her, it was affecting those around her. It was time to be still. When she got still and quieted all those thoughts and all those emotions and things that were going on in her head, she was able to hear, "You are beautiful. You are powerful." She began to realize that harboring unforgiveness was only hurting her. You know, Frank Sinatra said the best revenge is massive success. She realized that she needed to quit looking at what was going on around her and focus on the dream that she had, because it really wasn't out of reach. Her being stuck was simply her needing to choose the right vehicle. You know, guys, your dream doesn't have to have an expiration date. You need to take a deep breath and try again. And that's what she did. Even though she swore she was done with joining anything else, a friend online approached her with an opportunity, and she knew this was going to be the one. This would change everything. But this time, she decided she was going to invest in her learning how to do what she needed to do to grow the business. She came across Ray and Jessica Higdon. Now, some of you guys, I'm sure you know who they are. If you don't, they are very successful entrepreneurs, network marketers. They have their own brand where they help teach marketers how to have the right mindset and how to grow their business. And she came across this school that Ray Higdon and Jessica were doing. It was a 3-month group coaching program. One was called Top Earner Success School, and the other was Social Media Success School. There were weekly webinars, there was training, there was access to them to ask questions. And there were a group of people in here that were like-minded and were growing just like her. One of the first assignments was to make a video. I am. You were to say I am and follow it with what was positive about you. It was a very powerful experience. I still have that video, and it's very powerful to speak I am. And guys, when this is over tonight, I want you to do that. I want you to get a pen and paper, and I want you to write down I am and follow it. I am powerful. I am wisdom. I am blessed to be a mom and a wife. Do that. When you get up in the morning, read it back to yourself. Now, Ray and Jessica's program was crazy take action content. I mean, it had me just pumped and ready. I was ready to recruit, invite, prospect. I was really ready to go. And on top of that, they had a conference, Top Earner Academy. She had never gone to a conference before. Oh, I switched. I'm sorry, guys. If you haven't already figured out, the story's about me. But I had never been to a conference before. I had never been on a trip by myself. But Ray and Jessica always say to play big. I got my ticket, and I decided I was going to go to Top Earner Academy Live and be amongst other like-minded entrepreneurs who wanted to be in the top of their field. But between the time that the course ended and the time that the conference was coming up, I still felt stunned and confused. I'd been riding the knowledge wave, but implementing very little. And I wasn't getting the results that other people were getting. It was that time again. It was time to get still. I said, God, what do you want me to do? I'm sure of one thing. There has to be a way to prospect and recruit without feeling the way that I always did. I don't like talking to people. I'm sorry. I have to admit it. I got to be transparent here. And it's nothing personal. If you come and talk to me about my opportunity, I can talk to you all day. But I had this thing inside of me where I didn't want to go after people. I was so protective of my time. And you know, fear can be thought of in two ways. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. It's our choice. And so I decided I was not going to do anything until I heard what God wanted me to do. And the fear was not in trusting God. The fear was in Michelle taking off the reins, letting go of the control of everything that I thought I had, and just letting God. I began to change my thoughts. I realized that worrying doesn't take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away today's peace. And I needed my peace because that's when I heard and had clarity and direction. But guys, one of the major shifts that occurred was when I realized I had limiting beliefs. We all have limiting beliefs, and I guarantee you, if you can find those beliefs that are holding you back and change them, you will drop a lot of the fears and anxiety that you have and be able to go forward in the very thing that right now you may be feeling stuck in. Just when the caterpillar thought the world was over, it became a butterfly. You know, Ray Higdon says right before the breakthrough, there will be a breakdown. And I want to encourage anybody who's going through right now, you know, things just don't seem right, your circumstances, they might even seem hopeless. But guys, your mindset has to see beyond your circumstances and your situation. Your mindset has to shift into seeing yourself operating in that vision or dream that you once clung to. And as I've already said, I'm the one in the story and just want to be a staying home mom. I've named my website stayinghomemom.com. I'm still a full-time pharmacist. but I want to get home. I want to do mom things. I don't want to miss any more basketball games. And I want to be home working so that I can do the business I want, where I help other parents get out of their jobs so that they can set their own hours and no longer have to have their kids in daycare and have other people raising their kids. I want them to be able to be home. So while I was waiting for God to tell me what to do, and remember, this is in between getting out of the 3-month coaching program and before the conference that was coming up, and I was like, God, I don't know what to do because I'm not seeing results. Am I off track? What's going on? At work, I was listening to all kinds of audiobooks about mindset. Ben Carson's Think Big, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, Napoleon Hill's books, The War of Art, Stephen Pressfield, Wayne Dyer's Wishes Fulfilled and the Secrets of the Power of Intention, Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why, Anthony Robbins' Awaken the Giant, and many more. But there was one book I came across that you might not be familiar with, and it's called Writing Down Your Soul. And quick summary, the woman was going through a lot, almost to the point where she had a husband who was basically mad that she was leaving him and he was stalking her and whatnot. She just began writing daily in a journal. She didn't care about grammar. She didn't care about punctuation. She didn't care if she said a bad word. She didn't care. She poured her heart out on the paper daily. And what came of that was clarity and success and her moving into fulfilling her dreams. And so that's what I began to do. And what I want to do real quick is read to you an excerpt from one of my actual journal entries. And why is this important? It's important because if you've not read Be a Share Marketer, my book, and if you've not seen my video blog, To The Point, which is a 2-minute video blog that I do every other day with food for thought about having a powerful mindset, those two things did not exist when I wrote this journal entry, but I want you to listen for clues of what was to come. Here we go. I almost feel like, why don't I just give up this search of my why? Work 9 to 5 and retire like everyone else. No, I can't. I must solve the network marketing debacle. There is something to this word of mouth marketing. Now let me just step out of the zoom out a second here. A couple days before I wrote this, I wrote on a piece of paper, word of mouth marketing. I don't know where it came from. I didn't hear it. It just came to me. And so as I was writing in the journal, that's what this is referencing. And remember, guys, grammar, all that doesn't matter. Just follow me. There is something to this word of mouth marketing. Maybe I should get some jobs, copywriting or editing. I really believe I must write. I wish I could draw. I love creating. I love pictures. I wonder what it would be like to daily record a 15-minute or less podcast, talking about, well, I don't know. People feel good when they see or hear a sad story, not because they're mean, but they feel a sign of being thankful, a type of relief that it's not them. It's an empathy. But does that mean I should tell stories about sad stuff with happy endings? Maybe I could take those Godvine videos and tell a story from those. Stories with a lesson. You can't control people. People lie. They're fickle. And they'll run if they smell the hint of sales pitch on you. I will not be a pitcher. Why does everyone have to market the same way? Word of mouth marketing allows you to be yourself. If you like calling, call. If you like texting, text. If you like pictures, illustrate. Word of mouth marketing allows you to do you. In the prophetic dictionary, I was looking up the word W-O-R-D. And then that led me to the word message or messenger. And it said in there that messengers were a prized group of people back in biblical times. They were well-respected laborers. They were upright. They had to be impeccable. They had to be trusted. They were essentially orators repeating without bias their message put into their mouth. What if that's me? Word-of-mouth marketer. A podcast or a blog highlights a marketer. I simply ask in return, check out my video. What if that's it? Introverts, quiet ones, givers, God lovers. You are to show God is at work. Now I'm going to read this last part. Make a blog or Facebook page. It is your pleasure to share your space with someone else, in turn allowing them exposure of their business, and they return the favor, which is a plug for your very own. And I know I have not gotten into what share marketing is, but when I do, I want you to think back to this journal entry and see the power of being still, writing down what comes, and seeing what comes from it. Now, this is what came from my writing. I published my first book, Be a Share Marketer. A share marketer is someone who is a problem solver. And share marketing is essentially approaching someone and saying, I would love to share your business. What do you do? No strings attached. And then you wait and see what happens. And I'm going to get into a little bit later what happened because I'm going to keep moving forward. But I wanted to tie in and you guys feel the power behind how Be a Share Marketer came to fruition. I wrote this in under 2 weeks' time. And the only way I can explain it is because it didn't come from me. It's even on Kindle. Now, let's move into the present. Well, excuse me, not the present, but we're moving forward to the time of the live conference that I went to. And I was going to play big. I was not going to sit quiet and just observe what was going on. I wanted to be a part of this. I wanted Ray and Jessica Higdon to know who Michelle Flowers was. And guess what? I got my picture. That's Jessica Higdon. And there's Ray Higdon. And I don't know how to tell you what a wonderful feeling it is to meet your mentor and coach in person. We have dialogue with people online all the time, but to finally meet them in person is just so powerful. In addition to that, Mark Hoverson. On top of that, Russ Whitney, the author of Inner Voice. And if you follow my blog and Facebook page, some more came from me meeting Russ Whitney. I was bold. I got up and I asked questions. I was even so bold that the Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank was on stage. And when it was question time, I ran to the mic. Everybody was joking that I knocked an old lady over, but there was no old lady there. But that's how fast I ran to the mic. And I was bold enough to play big and ask him, how can I get him my invention idea? I met a lot of great people. And when I got back, I dug right into recording my video series called To The Point. And guys, the big thing about To The Point is I do it consistently. I found something that I could do. A lot of us suffer from compare-itis. We see other people posting on their blogs every day. We see them doing videos. We try to keep up, and our frustration overtakes us because we're trying to do something that we're not supposed to even be doing. But present day, in over 7 months of being in that company that I said would be the last network company I would join, guys, I still had 0 results. I mean, you can see I was equipped with the top of the line training and tools. You can see I stepped out of my comfort zone. I wrote a book. I had a consistent video blog. I was determined to be known by my mentors and coach. But all of that for what? There was still no money coming. I was not implementing the very thing I had been training to do, which is talk to people. Now here's the hard truth, and I'm going to expose myself. I don't like scouring for people to join me in my opportunity, because my end intention is to get them to buy from me. Now most people would shrug their shoulders and say, she's cuckoo. That's what an entrepreneur does. But it's not a matter of me being cuckoo. I am a little crazy. But that's not the point. The point is what's going on inside of me. And I was not able to go to people knowing that my bottom line was to get them to buy something from me. There was a lot of teaching, and this was not from Ray and Jessica, but there were some other people online saying, oh, in your Facebook message, go in there and talk to people and introduce yourself. And I tried it, guys. But it was uncomfortable. And it was like everybody knew that a pitch was coming. It just didn't feel right. Why am I sharing something like this with you? It's because, now listen, this is mindset shift material. Because we are defining our successes and failures from a perception born from a self-motive. What in the world do you mean, Michelle? What I mean is, I was trying to do network marketing. I was learning everything I could about talking to people. I was getting out of my comfort zone. I was trying. I was doing what they said to do. But deep down, it just didn't sit right with me. But because I wasn't getting any results, I was calling myself a failure. But the self-motive, remember, my intention when I would approach people was I was trying to get them to buy something. You see that intention being born of self? It didn't feel right. And I don't know if you've realized throughout this webinar so far, when my intentions were not born out of self, things went quite well. I also am sharing this because, again, I want you guys to not suffer from compare-itis anymore. Find what you do and do it well. Don't try to do what everyone else is doing. You can model yourself after what someone is doing and learn things, but to try to keep up with someone that you don't know behind the scenes, they may have an assistant, they may have an operator, they may have all kind of stuff going on, and you're just sitting in your apartment with a computer. Mm-hmm. You're causing yourself unnecessary anxiety and frustration. Stop comparing. I've accomplished a heck of a lot, but all I saw was a failing network marketer. Why do we copy what others are doing only because they are successful at what they do? And what do I mean by that? We tend to seek a path based on solving a symptom to the pain we are feeling. We see someone succeeding, which is the medicine, and pursue that in order to find relief, when we need to get to the root of our pain. Let me give you an example. I get online, I'm new to this whole internet marketing stuff, and I see network marketers, Eric Worre, the Higdons, all these people successful. So I think network marketing is the way to go. And what's my pain? I'm trying to get financial freedom. And so I see their success as the remedy. So I do what they do in order to find relief. But what does medicine do? And yeah, I'm a pharmacist, but medicine is a cover-up. It doesn't get to the root cause. It covers up. And that's what was going on. I wasn't getting to my real pain. But guys, I want to encourage you. When you get still and you seek peace, you will hear your answers. Your eyes will be open to a whole new world. and you'll be able to move forward, letting God guide you. So here's the harsh reality. Since only money was going out and not coming in via my entrepreneurial blockage, I left the company. I didn't want to at first because of the pride that surrounds the word quitter. But I realized without the right intentions, guys, no matter how hard I tried, I was not going to see the results that mattered to me. Now, I want to give you an excerpt from Be a Share Marketer. The war ensued. But the feeling was so flagrant that I just had to find another way. Call me a freak of nature. I know it makes no sense, but the wall I kept coming up against was literally shutting me down. I could easily talk to folk about what someone else was doing. I could approach other marketers gracefully about what they were doing. I could not, however, get into the idea of using a script to build relationships. Am I the only one who sees a little irony there? I mean, what is the intent? I'm coming at you with a script, but I want to build a relationship? Huh? I don't do fake. That is when I cried out to God, what am I doing? Should I even be in network marketing? Have any of you ever struggled? Deep down, you're not seeing the results that others are seeing. There's that comparitis. You're doing everything that you're supposed to do. You keep on taking trainings. You keep on trying to learn. You even implement a little, but you're not seeing the results you want. This is what share marketing is about. Here's another excerpt. So then, we must always aim at those things that bring peace and that help strengthen one another. Romans 14:19 message version. I decided to call this chapter Peace Treaty because the discovery God revealed to me is a peaceful marketing solution that will easily spread. What better way to end a war than with an advancement of peace? I'm just saying. By the way, there's a battle always ensuing. The desire to be seen and heard. Before we get deep into this, I want to equip you with some definitions. Of course, some of these will not be in the dictionary as I made them up, but was internet, emailing, and podcasting in the dictionary a long time ago? Sharing. To use, participate in, enjoy, receive. Word of mouth marketing. The act of getting the word out about another person's product, service, or opportunity, what I call PSO, via sharing space on your blog, website, or social media venue of your choice. Talking on the phone, texting, and plain old chatting over the neighbor's fence also fit the criteria. And here we are, share marketer. A share marketer is a problem solver that introduces people to an alternative business model by sharing a product, service, and/or opportunity with the end goal being financial freedom for all parties involved. And I'm ready for some questions.
That's fantastic. As I said, I can't really see the questions on my side because
oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
The screen is a bit small. But
well, I can dig into.
That was powerful.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. For those that did stick around here until the end, I wanted to go ahead and give the surprise that I wanted to gift that I wanted to give. When you purchase Be a Share Marketer, you get your business ad displayed on my Pinterest board, Share Marketing, and it will be seen by well over 700 eyes, and that number grows daily. But I am offering to those who have stayed until the end a spot on the Share Marketing board for free. Now, I had done a little advertising for the webinar, and I had put a really small timeline on this same offer, but I wanted to give it to everyone who is in attendance. And let me explain to you a little bit more what in the heck that means. If you're not familiar with Pinterest, Pinterest is a place where people make boards, kind of like, think of a cork board, and the people have pictures all over them, but this is online. And so the different boards have names. I have a board titled Share Marketing. What I do is I will take your picture that you send me, I will take the link that you send me, and I will take your one-sentence description, and I will put it on the board. So this is how it plays out. I'll upload your picture, I'll put the little description underneath, and then when someone clicks on that picture, they will be led to the video, Facebook page, blog, capture page, wherever you wanted them to go. That's why, there's a lot of power behind pictures. And I was blessed enough to find a photographer. He's on the island of Kyrenia, and he allowed me to use his pictures in my book. And he's phenomenal. A lot of the pictures that were in this webinar were his. So for example, and this is just a pic, I can't click on it because this is just a screenshot, but for example, here's my picture, and you can't see the full thing here, but of Be a Share Marketer, the cover of my book. Now when people click on this, it will lead them to a capture page for them to purchase the book. And so the same thing will happen to you when you send me your picture. They will click on it and they will go to wherever you want. And like, for example, the descriptor will be new book, Be a Share Marketing, Be a Share Marketer, learn how to approach people with no more rejection. Simple as that. So what I'd like you guys to do is understand, and please don't send me pictures of your face, because some people were thinking when I said send a picture, they sent me their face. We want something that is powerful, something that speaks to what your business is about, or whatever your video or whatever is about, something that's going to draw people in and make them want to click. It's free advertising, guys. And so I'm happy to offer that to you, but I'm going to tell you, this kind of exposure is only the start. When you purchase Be a Share Marketer, or, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of story about the price of it, and you're going to laugh. When you purchase Be a Share Marketer, you get special access to our Share Marketing Neighborhood, which is quietly nestled in a private Facebook community where your business will be exposed to over 2,000 eyes. And again, that is just for starters. I'm not going to give any details here. You got to take the appropriate steps to get there, and then inside the private group, everything is explained. When you purchase Share Marketer, you also get access to 14 hot tips that will get you standing out from the crowd. Now, what I wanted to, before I tell the funny story, I want to read to you my very first review of Be a Share Marketer. And this is only part of the review. In her new ebook, Be a Share Marketer, Michelle Flowers gives an honest and sincere accounting of the real-life struggles she faced in the network marketing profession, especially when it comes with talking with people. I appreciated how she turned to Scripture to help her struggles. What came from that is a term she created called share marketing, which is about giving and sharing with nothing expected in return. When Michelle engaged in this process, people felt honored to participate. And that is from Mr. Eric Neiman. I want to again say thank you, Aurora and Lydia, for allowing me to do this webinar. And I want to just end with a funny little story about the price of the book. The book is $2.22. Why in the world is it $2.22? Well, I'm going to tell you guys, you're going to think I'm crazy. For the last 2 years, I have seen 222 every day in all kinds of places. Even when I'm checking prescriptions, there's a pill with an ID 222. I'll balance my checkbook 222. I'll see it on a billboard. I'll see it on the clock. I'll see it on the TV. I keep seeing 222. So if any of you have written an ebook before and you've had to figure out a price point, you've probably gone back and forth with, well, if I make it too cheap, people will think it's not good. If I make it too high, they won't buy it. Well, I didn't even fool with all that. I just labeled it $2.22 because of the 222. And what sat well with me is my intention to price it where anyone can get this book and learn from it. They can escape the rejection of having to approach people and operate out of share marketing and see different results in their business. Thanks a lot.
I just loved it. Absolutely powerful. So if you want to connect with Michelle, you will be able to find her on Facebook, and she's got a blog as well. To learn more about the book, you will go to stayinghomemom.com/tellmemore, and you can find her on Twitter, Pinterest, and on the slide as well, you've got email address. Well, I really want to thank you so much for this presentation, because it is definitely not the kind of presentation we are used to. It's usually about marketing. It is usually about different techniques and strategies, which are all very useful and very interesting for people. But being able to see that now from a different perspective, and talking about your book and your struggles in network marketing. And what I have to say is that you have a very powerful brand. I don't even know if you realize it, but whenever I had the possibility to talk to you on Facebook, I've always seen you as a leader. So I think it's interesting to see how people see themselves in their mind and how other people are able to see them. So being able to brand yourself as a share marketer and give and you will receive, I'm sure that you will get a lot of great comments from that. I see Charles saying awesome, and I see Eric saying cool stuff, cool stuff again from somebody else. People are very happy with the content right now. I can actually see some content coming up, which is quite nice. I see nice images. Anthony saying, this is so touching, I can relate. Very nice presentation. And people love it. People absolutely love it. And it is true that the more you actually give about yourself to people, the more you will receive. But it's not as a day job where if you give X amount, you're going to get X amount of return. I think there seems to be kind of a period of gestation, is it how you say it, where you need to wait and you'll nurture that brand and it's going to explode. But people are definitely excited about the information that you share. And I really, really loved it. I really loved it. And definitely, I will be one of those buying your book for sure. I really like the acronym as well about fear. If I can read my handwriting.
Oh, I can pull it up here. Oh, no, I can't because my face is here. But I'll read it to you. You can either forget everything and run.
That's
or
right.
Face everything and rise.
Absolutely. Face everything and rise. I really like that. So now that I can see the questions, people, if there is anything you want to add, I will be able to share the information with Michelle. But again, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So that took you 2 weeks then to pour your soul out and write it down to create your ebook. Is it correct?
Yes. I even looked back at my journal from the time that I started writing, and there's this really cool app on the Mac called OMM, and when you write, it blocks everything out of your computer. You're not hearing email dings or Facebook, and it has colors that change in the background. You can choose the sounds that you want to hear. You can hear the keyboard. You can actually choose like an old-fashioned typewriter, or you can hear the sound of you typing. And I know that sounds crazy, but it was so relaxing as I was writing to be able to hear the clanking of the keys. I felt so productive. But I mean, working full time and you know, spending time with my daughter in between there. I mean, I just got to give it to God, because I don't know how I did it. When I was sitting there being still and saying, God, what next? I didn't even know a book was the next step. I've always wanted to write a book, but I've been so caught up in, you know, with the network marketing and all these different things. And there's one more thing I do want to add that I didn't put in the presentation. Be careful, guys, as you are pursuing your business, your dreams. Please find balance. You don't want to look up and in 5 years, and this is going out to parents. You don't want to look up. No, this can go to anybody. You have a significant other. Maybe you take care of your parents, whatever. You don't want to look up and realize that you were so consumed in trying to fulfill the dream that the people that were the closest and most important to you have distanced themselves, or that relationship is not as strong. So now you're at the fulfillment of your dream, but what do you have? And, you know, you'll hear a lot of millionaires and billionaires, you know, Russ Whitney talks about it in his book. They excel and become rich, and then they turn around and look, they're divorced, they're estranged from their kids. So I just want to please encourage you guys, find balance. Sometimes you won't be able to get done what you have to get done. You may have to stop, watch a TV show, hang out, whatever. But it's not a burden, it's a joy. Count it a blessing. And enjoy life while you're on the journey to fulfilling your dreams.
Absolutely. Oh, it's so lovely to connect with you. You are an awesome lady, awesome woman. That's simply powerful. And again, you know, if you want to connect with Michelle, you will find her on Facebook. She has a very good and willing heart to serve, and I think it's fantastic. I think it could be a beginning of something very, very big for you, because it is. I just love the story. I just love the whole thing. I was like absolutely mesmerized by it. And it's so interesting. I'm so excited about it because in this group, the Mastermind Fever group, we've got so many talents. And yes, we have invited, you know, some great big shots like Rob Ford. We had a hangout as well with Jessica Higdon. We had as well the Bluesman of MLM. We had Lisa Grossman. But even if they are rock stars, people need to understand that in themselves they've got something as big to share with the world. And it is only because they allow themselves to be who they are that they manage to attract so many people to them. And that is the beginning of your own stardom in your own rights. So, you know, if you want the Mastermind Fever group, or if you are not yet and you want to share something with the world, come with us, you know, and share it, because I've been simply amazed by the quality of information shared by the people within this group. We've got authors, you know, we've got all kind of people in this group, which is making it great. So thank you so much again once more, Michelle, for sharing this information. It was absolutely awesome, and I'm very excited that the people who were on the hangout tonight were as excited as I was. Let me check something. Oops. I think that's the messages are coming up, not down. Right. So somebody is asking, how do I buy the book? Where do I go, Michelle? So can you just say again where they can buy your book?
You just go to stayinghomemom.com/tellmemore. TELLMEMORE. So that's the
Can you share your screen again?
I'm sorry?
Can you share your screen again?
Oh, sure. I'm getting good at this now. Okay, hold on.
Face everything and rise.
Okay. There it is right here, stayinghomemom.com/tellmemore. And when you put your name and email in there, it'll take you right to the page where you can actually make the purchase. And Aurora, I also wanted to say, thank you for, pulling me out of my comfort zone by inviting me to do this. And, I'm going to tell you guys, it had not been probably 3 or 4 days before that, Ray had done a webinar on the importance of webinars. And then a few days later, Aurora asked me to do one. And see, that's the kind of stuff where I'm talking about, where you just be still, get clarity, and listen to what your inner voice is saying. And to me, that's God.
Amen.
You will have opportunities and doors open. You don't have to go looking. It's going to just happen. And so I want to also thank the audience again, because I am humbled. I am humbled by your comments and your gracious words, and for you taking time out of your evening. Believe me, I am a big protector of my time, and I really appreciate you guys taking time to listen to learning more about being a share marketer.
Amen. Absolutely, absolutely. That's fantastic. I've got somebody saying, add me, please. Add me as a friend. I will PM you. Please add me, Michelle. You've got some fans. You better continue hosting Hangouts, girl. Then there is Eric saying, Michelle, besides purchasing your book, I also purchased the 2 books you recommended, one by Dr. Dyer, The Power of Intention, and also the book Writing Down Your Soul. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That's great. I that's all I wanted to do, guys, is I really wanted to be able to help you, and this was helpful for me to be able to even share. Our mindset is such a, the name of my website is What You Think Is What You Get. I mean, our mindset, guys, if we get it right, there's so much that we can do. There's so much that we can accomplish. And there is somebody out there waiting for you to share your gift. So don't hold it in and wallow in any kind of fear. And I have to say, Aurora, I didn't, that fear thing, I found that on Instagram. And I do have some videos on my blog on some really neat ways to grow your Instagram following too, but you can get a lot of cool pictures from Instagram. But I just want to let you guys know, don't let fear bind you and keep you locked up in chains and not able to go forward in what you want to do. I was scared to do this webinar, I'm not going to lie, but yet at the same time I had this peace over me. And Joyce Meyer says, do it afraid. I had this peace over me because I knew that I was doing something that was not my intention, but this was something that was set up that was going to allow me to help other people. And those are the kind of intentions, guys, that I just want you to kind of marinate on and absorb and think about as you go forward in what you have to do.
Absolutely. I've got Valerie saying, thank you so much for this, Michelle. And can you see, you mentioned about not being pushy, about, talking about your business opportunity, but by giving of your time, by providing value, by sharing your deep thoughts, you are attracting so many people to you tonight.
Wow.
It's crazy. I've got Rufan saying, loved how Michelle shared her heart with all of us. She did an amazing job, and to think it's a first time, what an inspiration to all of us. Can't wait to buy her book.
Oh my God, you guys are gonna make me cry. I don't This is so kind. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is beautiful. I definitely think that once the webinar is over, you will need to upload it to your channel, but as well, send a thank you message to Jessica and Ray Higdon, but I know, and even send them a link to your webinar, because I think, you know, they will be touched by that and by what you've been able to accomplish. And we definitely need to hang out again, you know, when I come back from Paris, and talk about your branding and what you can do, because you have so much to share, and I definitely believe that there are more people who will be happy to buy your book and to know more from you, and even join you in whatever you're doing, or even teach them how to write a book. That could be, you know, a workshop that you could, you know, do with a few people. You know, that's
Wow.
fantastic. So Valerie is saying buying the book now. You see, so you've got quite a few fans there. Please remember to connect with Michelle on Facebook, and you will be able to have access to a Pinterest board and promote anything that you want there. So add her as a friend, and she will give you some more information as to how she will be able to promote whichever link you want.
Yes.
So if you have any more questions, people, please let me know. And if not, we are going to finish the hangout in the next few minutes. But again, I felt really excited, really excited. It's really about showing up despite the fear, feeling the fear, and doing it anyway, and delivering. And you delivered. Anthony is saying you made me cry, Michelle.
Oh no!
You know, at someone actually, you know, you just want to praise, because I was closing my eyes. You've got such a wonderful voice to listen to, and listening to the story, I'm like, yes, network marketing doesn't have to be about sales. Even if, you know, by selling a product, like Mark Overson said, you are helping somebody, showing them a new showing them new possibilities. So there is nothing wrong in selling, but right here you are sharing from the heart, and what you give, what you gave freely, you receive freely, and so many comments and people buying as well, you know. So it's I'm
Aurora,
really excited about it.
Aurora,
Yes?
I also wasn't sure if I made it clear for that the advertising on Pinterest. If they could, like I said, friend request me at the Facebook Michelle222 Flowers, and then just send it via a direct message. That would be the best way for me to be able to get it on there. If it's sent in an email, it's a little bit more technical, shifting the pictures around.
Absolutely. So remember to add on Facebook, and then send a message and a picture, and instead of connecting by emails. So I would like to thank you, everybody, for attending this powerful, wonderful, enlightening hangout this evening. I've learned so much. I felt really blessed, and I know that many of you have been blessed as well through this hangout. And so if you want to come and join us in the Mastermind Fever on Facebook, you are more than welcome. We will be very happy to see you there. And I can see some names right there in the public chat, and I think I will be contacting you to host a hangout soon as well.
Oh, no.
So, you know, people, it's good to be challenged. It's good to be challenged. And with Lydia Brown, you know, my mastermind partner, we are more than excited to invite fresh people to come on board and share, because all these big rock stars had to start somewhere, and they started like Michelle did tonight, and come on, the value she delivered was absolutely awesome, absolutely awesome. So Michelle, if you want to say something else again, and then I will be closing.
I'm honored, I'm humbled, I'm touched. I have all these. This is powerful, guys. To know that I made a difference in someone's life, that's what I want to do. And, you know, as we talk about intentions, you know, a lot of times we think we're going down one path, but we end up somewhere else. If you talk to some successful people and what they're operating in and what they're doing, probably, and I think I heard a percentage, 90% of entrepreneurs do not start out where they end up, not meaning as a beginner, but meaning in the field of what they're doing, whether it be network marketing or maybe they have a ma and pa business. Where they end up is different from where they started a lot of times. So guys, don't give up. If you're feeling stuck right now, it's about the mindset. It's about not letting the circumstances and situations that are right in front of you consume you to the point that you're paralyzed with fear. You've got to look beyond what's going on now to your vision, to your dreams, while at the same time enjoying your everyday life while on that journey. I can't, you know, stress that enough, guys. Balance, balance, balance. And Aurora, I'll just shut up because I'll get to preaching. So they've been on long enough, so I'm going to stop.
Bridget! Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone. We thank you for being with us tonight, and we will let you know again next time what could be our next webinar. Oh, Valerie is saying she loves me too. That's nice. And Charles is very happy that he came to this hangout this evening. Really appreciates. And yes, thank you very much, Charles. Soon we will have you as well on Hangout. Anyway, so thank you so much, everyone. It is right now 3 o'clock in the morning in Paris, and I'm in bed. So have a great evening, and let's connect again in the Mastermind Fever group. Send some love to Michelle, saying thank you that you loved the webinar, and she will be very happy. Having some testimonials would be fantastic because it is part of social proof. So please, please, please leave some comments to Michelle. That would be very, very helpful. So thank you very much again. Aurora Jones signing off. Thank you very much, Michelle. God bless you all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.